boys. It's the Ish we talk. Let's go.
I didn't go nowhere. Hello, everybody. We're live. What's up? What's up? What's up, people? What's up, people? This is the Ish We Talk. I am Lily, the host of Just Before the Magic Trickers. Y'all thought I wasn't here, but I was really here. I am with the co-host with the most, the lady that pushes the bells and whistles. Again, without her, we would not have this show. Why do I say it? Because it's the absolute truth. Give a round of applause for Lindsay.
Hey everyone,
Hell yeah,
what's
hell
going
yeah, hell yeah.
on?
And again, this is the Ish We Talk. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. Now, back to motherfucking basics. Hey, everybody, baby. How's your health? How's your wealth? What's going on, Lindsay?
I'm well. How are you?
I am tired. I never knew how much flying makes you sleepy.
Yeah, that it does.
I'm tired, but I'm all right. I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it.
Yeah, that's why when I was like, "Yeah, we'll do this tomorrow," when you was like, "Oh, I'll be ready by 6." No, you won't. No, you won't.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was cool yesterday. I'm not even gonna lie. I was cool. I could have did it. But when I woke up this morning, it was like, nigga, no. And then I just laid down the whole time. I just got to finish eating breakfast. It's 1 in the afternoon.
Oh well. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
fine. I was like, so yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm definitely tired. I'm definitely not doing shit today. Hence, that's why I'm not drinking because I'm like, I don't. I feel like if I drink, I'm gonna fall asleep on the podcast.
Oh wow. No, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would not be good. Yeah. So, how was the trip?
It
You're
was
a businessman, so
right. So it was for training. So I really didn't get to like do a lot of exploring. I went to Sunrise, Florida. It's like right outside of Fort Lauderdale. But it was cool. Like the spots, the areas I was at, that was real nice. I got to do a lot of sightseeing. Florida houses look very weird to me because you can tell that they don't have basements, and my Midwest ass is just not used to that.
yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. It's foreign to us to not have a basement.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
was looking at all these flat looking ass houses, like, man, even the nice houses was flat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that just seems weird to me.
Right. Right. Like, how can you not have a basement? Like, I don't understand.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get
Right.
that.
While I'm talking shit in my non-basement having ass house.
That's the difference. See, but it don't look. See, I don't know how to explain it. I should have took pictures because you got houses that don't have basements. It's just how
Mhm.
flat they all looked.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm
Because
just saying.
I felt the same way when I lived in Georgia. Because Georgia, they have basements, but it's not like a normal thing.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So I was weirded out by that, and then I guess because certain things, that's just the norm down there. Wasn't the norm to me. I rented a Malibu because I'm just like
Mhm.
just stay out the way. The cool little Malibu ain't bothering nobody. Everybody had something amazing down there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you stay completely out the way in a Malibu.
I'm like, man, it was crazy. It was a lady that pulled up next to me at the gas station, and she had like on a Target shirt, and she had. So I don't even know. I don't even know what the fuck these cars is. It's like a Guineas or Guineas or whatever the name of this fucking car is. But the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, was amazing looking.
Mm,
Like, man, what the fuck? Then it was like Bentleys everywhere. Everybody had a Porsche. And the street niggas, it was classics. boy, it was Camaros. That's all I seen from street niggas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, boy, it's just real different out here. Don't nobody just want to sell dope in an Acura? Like, goddamn.
No, they fit all the stereotypes.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, they invented the stereotypes. Yeah.
They did.
They had every piece of gold teeth, every Caprice classic. Yeah, it's all in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody that was in my training class that was Florida natives, you could tell it was a lady who was hands down a grandma. And that lady had the baddest body I ever seen in my life. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, this lady was built, and I'm like, she had to. This lady was like, yeah, my grandbaby is 16. I said, damn, you had to pay for this ass. Because it's like, no way this ass is still looking like
this. I seen a grandmama do it with a baby on her arm.
Yeah, like, man, shit was wild. It was all the dudes, like you said, all the dudes, which I got real cool with, all the dudes that was from Florida, they all had slugs. But they talked very educated. That shit was crazy. That was a cliche that I didn't expect. They were really, really educated, especially on, you know what I'm saying, the training we was doing. So I thought that was hella dope. But they all had slugs and they all had locks. The difference is they looked like they was about to, like, the top part was falling out. I'm like, go on, get that shit cut off, bro.
No. Look, the answer is no.
No, they ain't going for it.
No. So they got the dreads and then they got the wigs.
Yeah. I was like, wow. I was like, man. And then they was all big as fuck. I'm like, damn, these Florida niggas is big as hell.
They eating good. They eating real good down there. So
it was one of them. I had conch fish for the first time. It ain't bad, but you know, I'd rather have catfish.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had a cool little experience while I was there. And they wanted to go out after our training was over. Everybody was going out to this little beach bar, but shit, my flight was at like 5:45 in the morning. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, well, that's good that you had a positive experience.
Yeah.
That's your first time down there?
It was my first time down. Well, it was the first time in Sunrise. I've been to Jacksonville, but I went to Jacksonville in the wrong time of the year. I went to Jacksonville in August. And so
why is that the wrong time?
Because that's if nobody knows, that's when that's dragonfly mating season down in Jacksonville. And so you got these dragonflies that's like this big and swarms everywhere you go, fucking. And then on top of that, it's humid as fuck. I didn't enjoy myself when I went to Jacksonville. Like, I didn't enjoy myself at all.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I didn't know what they was at first because I remember when I seen a big ass swarm in front of the door of my hotel room, and I'm like, man, I'm not walking into this. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And then that's what the lady at the desk told me. Like, no, it's mating season, so it's gonna be a bunch of those everywhere. And she wasn't lying; they were everywhere.
And they ain't studying you because they got other things to do besides worry about you.
Right.
No, ma'am. Nope.
But yeah, Sunrise, Florida is dope. They mall hella big. They mall is like shit. I want to say like 4 or 5 blocks. It's just a big ass. Every time you turn and you think you meeting a stop, it's like a sign full of all the next bunch of stores that you about to walk to.
Okay. Well, yeah. But I guess so, because you said it's outside of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
So, and Fort Lauderdale's outside of Miami, so Yeah, that would make sense. That would totally make sense.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, yeah. So glad you enjoyed yourself. Had a
Oh, yeah,
positive training. So
it was cool.
yeah. Well, yeah. So let's get into these topics. So let's see. It's a lot that's been going on since the last time we met on this podcast. Um, yeah. So, um, yeah. Where's the list? Oh, here you go. Okay. So, I guess we can start with something light. Um, okay, so Trump got indicted. Something light.
Right.
um, yeah, I mean, ain't too much to talk about early on. Um, this has to do with the whole paying Stormy Daniels with the campaign funds.
Yeah.
So, um, do you have any initial thoughts behind this? He got indicted in New York. He had to travel from Florida to New York to get indicted. Uh, they don't really have too many. Um, excuse me. Um, they don't really have too much coverage because they wanted to like not have coverage of a former president getting indicted. So um, they have AI um, um, pictures of him getting indicted, which are hilarious.
That's true.
So, what are your thoughts about him actually getting indicted?
I mean, it ain't shit, man. Man, out of everything that was going on, and like, okay, trust and believe every president got some type of dirt going on. But this shit, out of everything to indicting for, this is what you indicting for paying a bitch to get paid to fuck, like, legally. Like, this ain't holding no water to me. And this ain't. I don't see anything coming out of this. Like,
Did they wait? Did they pay her to smash, or did they pay her to not tell?
I think they paid. He paid her to smash. They didn't. She. They didn't. She. Didn't, he didn't pay the bitch not to tell. If he would have paid her not to tell, she wouldn't have fucking told.
I think they did both. I think he paid her to smash, and then I think he used the campaign funds not to tell.
Well, either way,
I don't know. Oh
either
shit!
way,
Don't give me one.
it ain't nothing. And worst case scenario, he just have to pay the people that donated the funds back. So
I
he,
mean, it was a sloppy way of covering it up, and the guy that assisted in covering it up, he did get some time, but yeah,
I don't think nothing's gonna happen to Trump. I think Trump's gonna be cool.
yeah. Unveil the Real podcast says Happy Resurrection Day, folks. Just tapping in.
What
Happy
up? What up?
Resurrection
What up,
Day.
baby?
Yeah. Um, I just think this is a way that they're trying to not get him reelected. Reelected. Um, they're really trying to not have him reelected, and this is just a tactic.
Yeah, I don't see it going nowhere, and I do think he's gonna go up for re-election.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna lie, I think he gonna win easy.
You think he's gonna win re-election?
If he goes up for try to be president again, I think landslide victory.
You think so?
Yep.
I mean, he didn't win re-election.
That's because people told that they had this whole cockamamie scheme where they were getting they were showing how much of a bigot Trump is, and you know they didn't want nobody in office like that. But quietly, what he was doing was waking up all the fucking uh, people in the world or people in the United States that fucking hate everybody, and it's more them than it is us. Because it's
But
even
he,
niggas that look like us that hate everybody
what's the reason why he didn't get reelected though?
because of that whole Biden and Camilla and try to bring that old thing back type of shit, and then putting another black person in office. All that's you know, with me in politics, I think it's all just like shit. While we talking like fucking church on Easter, it's all just for show. It's just that the president and the vice president we see now, like the shit's just for show. They're not doing anything impactful.
So you don't think Biden is doing anything impactful?
Can you name anything? Because I haven't seen anything.
He's keeping he's keeping them damn student loans off my ass. That's impactful.
That's good. Okay. All right. For everybody that got student loans, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
Um yeah. That's what I can think of off the top.
Okay. Anything that Kamila's doing?
Well, vice presidents are like a vanity title for real, for real.
Yeah.
Let's see. Melissa says Trump keeps our money over here.
I mean, you got a point. And I'm not a Trump fan, so I'm not, Miss Melissa, I'm not saying hell yeah, vote for Trump. No. What I am saying is, you know, except for the whole we're bringing coal back shit, he did keep a lot of things in America.
What did he keep in America?
You know, he kept a lot of warehouses, a lot of shit that was going to foreign places that he didn't like, mainly Korea. He kept that. People keep what I'm saying, their jobs. Like he kept that shit here. I will give him that.
Mm. Okay.
But I mean, I really can't give him any. I think those 8 years of unknowing bliss that we had with Obama. Um, led us to the fucking fuck show of 4 years that we had with Trump, and then these next we got 2 years left, a year left. Biden,
he started in 21, and this is 23.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's two more quiet ass years of nothing. Like nothing that's what I'm saying. We're gonna hear about his age declining. We ain't gonna hear shit about Kamala. Well, I don't know how to say that lady's name right. We ain't gonna hear shit from this bitch besides Joe Brown talking about she was a whore and used to fuck Montel Williams back in the day.
Wait, whoa, wait.
Yeah, man. This shit was a minute ago. Like Judge Joe Brown was like, man, shit. Kamala Harris wasn't nothing but a hoe. Fucked everybody and their mama. You know what I'm saying? Was fucking Montel Williams. And and every other motherfucker that had a little bit of power around her way. That's how she made it to where she was.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I ain't heard no such thing.
Yeah, I remember that. This was a couple years ago. This was a couple years ago. He had I forgot what interview it was on, but you could look it up.
Judge Joe Brown says some off color things.
He really does.
Yeah. 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 We're not gonna get into the things that he says. But yeah. Um, but yeah. I just think this is a ploy to get Trump to not be reelected. Um, I think honestly that he's just it's kind of like he's the Teflon Don. Like he's not gonna like this along with other things just really is not gonna stick,
No.
you know? And this is just like publicity and he's gonna use this like publicity, you know? Let's see. Melissa says I'm not a fan either, but we have to go with our best option. Trump is a businessman. Trump cares more about class and support more than race. We can't get distracted by that. America is a business. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you know what? That was a solid rebuttal.
Yeah.
That's a solid rebuttal, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, shouts out to you for, you know what I'm saying, to had that perspective, because
Yeah.
a lot of people will have more emotions in their opinion about Trump than anything else, and what you said was well worded.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't even knock you. I wanted to say something, and I'm like, I can't even say nothing about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I can't disagree with that. Like I think for him is definitely more about class and support than race.
Hmm.
And he uses race to get what he wants.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he definitely does that.
when it comes to this Teflon Don's nigga indictment, that shit is not going. That it ain't going nowhere, man. His
Yeah.
Ivory ass fuck around, and by the time all this shit is over with, he fuck around and come out with a fucking sex tape and show everybody him fucking Stormy Daniels, because he's the type of nigga that
He definitely don't care.
don't. He's the type of nigga that really don't give a fuck about that shit.
Right. Melissa says exactly.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
but now you did not only put the nail on the in the coffin, man. Shit, you buried that motherfucker too. Like, I mean, it's the truth. He's a businessman. America is a business. He definitely knew what he was doing when it came to America's business. Now he messy like a third baby mama, but he definitely knows his business.
Yeah. 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 So we'll definitely keep our ears to the streets on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Melissa also says he's a terrible person but a great businessman. I agree. Yeah, he's but I feel like you have to be a terrible person to be a great businessman.
Not necessarily. You got to be a cutthroat. You ain't got to be a terrible person.
But can you be a great person and be a great businessman?
Yeah, because
How?
you have to understand it, and that type of game. That's just with anything. You got to understand that it's the talent, and then it's the person. I hate to keep bringing up the man that everybody hates to say now, but you gotta. It's just, for instance, it's Robert, and then it's R. Kelly. R. Kelly gave everybody and their mama terrific songs. Robert, who was a child of abuse start pissing and fucking little girls. You see, but you separate that. People, you got to separate that. So yeah, you could be a great businessman, and I mean, you could be an asshole when it comes to business, but getting it done. But you can also be a good person. It's just once it's business, it's business. That's why a lot of business people tell you don't do business with family, because family will put most emotions in instead of putting realistic schematics in that shit.
Okay. I guess that's the thing because I just I just don't see how you can separate the two. So, like when it comes to that as a whole, like I can see you separate the two when it comes to like your art, you know. I can see you separating the two, but like when it comes to business and the person, I can't see you separating the two. Excuse me. But Melissa says yes, it's all about delivery. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm not agreeing with you because you like skin with a big head. That no, I'm not agreeing with you because of that. No, it's just the actual truth.
We shouldn't have to separate the two, but look at our options. Yeah, LOL.
Yeah,
And then Unveil the Real podcast and Melissa both are laughing emojis. Yeah, so so we definitely would definitely keep our eyes out on this and see where it goes. So so on to other light news. So Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, uh, before we move on, Melissa says local politics matter way more than presidential, but that why they are not pushed. I agree.
yeah. We agree. We have said that a couple of I don't know. It was probably 20, 30 episodes ago. We stress worry about your local shit before you even worry about that president shit.
Right, that will affect you way more than
Yeah,
presidential. Yeah. Um, but but So Bud Light and Anheuser Busch, which is the parent company of Bud Light, they have uh come out with a um a can that is promoting um I guess gender neutral or gender exclusivity, LGBTQ. Um, they're all genders matter. I guess I don't know the correct term that is correct these days. So,
the correct
so
term that
excuse
is
my
correct.
ignorance. I don't so excuse my ignorance, but I don't know what term is correct today.
Right.
But but they came out with a campaign to support that um the LGBTQ community, gender fluid. Thank you, Melissa. Gender fluid. Yeah, they came out with a can to support that community, and people are upset. One person in particular is Kid Rock, and Kid Rock came out with a video where he is shooting guns at 320 AR-15 in particular, 324 packs of Bud Light. And in the video, he's saying "fuck Bud Light" and "fuck Anheuser Busch." So, you saw the video, correct?
I did.
And what are your thoughts about the video?
I think if I was Budweiser, I'd be like, yeah, like Eddie Murphy on Coming to America. Yes, yes, fuck you too, because you just had to pay for fucking 330 packs, you stupid
Right,
motherfucker. Like,
right.
don't nobody give a fuck. And my thing is this, because I try to I don't understand everything, but I try to have at least an open mind when it comes to how people is. And as a business, why wouldn't you want money from everybody? Why would you just be like, I'm only exclusive to fucking people like Kid Rock and the redneck community? Like, what the fuck? Like, that don't even make any sense. Like, yeah, I'm with everybody. If I want to put a rainbow on a beer can, I could do that. If I want to put a fucking deer head on a motherfucker, I could do that. I can do what the fuck I want to do for everybody to drink my shit. Like,
Yeah,
when did it become a problem? Like, the Budweiser, they come out and say we only selling to gender fluid people? No, we're
yeah,
saying, hey, we get it, we with you, and spend $8 on a fucking 6-pack.
yeah. It was stupid. It was real stupid. Like, that was my thing because I'm just like, you just had to buy it. Like, why does Bud Light care what the fuck you do with the 24 pack after you bought it? Like, the goal is for you to buy it.
That's it. Listen,
You
you can shoot the motherfucker. You could
know?
you could throw the
You can shove,
motherfucker up against the wall. You could take these beer cans and throw them at all the people you hate. For all we give a fuck.
or you can
You
shove
know what
them
I'm
up your
saying?
ass. You can
Yeah.
shove them up your ass. You can squeeze them up between your butt cheeks. I don't give a
We
fuck.
don't care. We just want the money.
Right?
Hey
Like
man, come on.
nobody cares.
I just don't understand it.
Right. Build a Real podcast says facts on the Eddie Murphy impression. LOL.
Yeah, because like what the fuck? Like, yeah, I'm with man. See, that's why I could not be like a head of a company because they have too many people trying to tell me to shut up. Cause like I'd be Trump on Twitter because I'd be like, hey, Kid Rock, thank you for your purchase, you bitch ass nigga. Like that's all you don't fuck with me no way.
Right. Like I don't care. I don't care. And then some people was like, we're going to Coors Light. And then Coors Light was like, don't come over here. Shit. Like,
Yeah, we don't need that shit.
like
Come on,
I'm
man.
like, come on. Like, don't nobody give a fuck what you do after you purchase. Like, legit. You bought it. The goal was for you to buy it. You bought it. You bought it. Like,
Half the time, people that push hate like that is the ones that know what I'm saying it really affects the most. Because you never know. Kid Rock probably was slamming 18 beers and getting wasted out of his mind and turn around and fucking a tranny and like don't tell nobody. This is just why I have to get loose to do it. Like it doesn't. You
right,
know what I'm saying? People with that much hate, man, is because they got a back ass agenda to it.
right, right. And then like I ain't even been a Kid Rock fan since the 90s anyway, so I don't give a fuck about no Kid Rock. So Kid Rock can go to hell for all I care. So and then he had on the MAGA hat at that. So and then Unveil the Real podcast says Lily would be that head coach who has to have an assistant to keep him pulled back off the field. Right,
Yeah,
that would be that job. That
yeah,
one
man. Come
job.
on, man. You just not about to be. I ain't know what I'm saying. You just not about to be on some stupid shit with me.
Right, right. And then Melissa says still even more publicity for Bud Light.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly, because they trended. Them and Kira. How I found this story was because I was on Twitter and I was looking at the trending topics, and Kid Rock was trending, and I was like, oh shit, did Kid Rock die? And Bud Light was trending too, so I clicked on Kid Rock, and I saw all these people congratulating Kid Rock, and so I clicked on this video that Kid Rock did, and there it was, and I'm like, what the hell? And I saw him, doing this video, and then he like shot up these Bud Light cans. So then I did more research, and saw that they had did this endorsement deal with this person that I guess is trans and or non-binary. I don't know what the person is, but and then they did these cans, and I'm just like, they really mad? Like, why are y'all mad? Just buy the cans that don't got the rainbows on them. Like, it ain't like they changed the formula. Like, what are y'all mad about? Like, are y'all
See, that's
serious right now?
because like people weird. See
Like,
that man, I couldn't be gay because if I was gay and I seen some shit like that, I would turn around and just purchase some beer, drink the shit out of it, and be like, "Hey, Kid Rock, thanks for the DYI target practice," and I'll start shooting them shits too. Like, nigga, so what? Everybody got guns and everybody can shoot cans.
right, right. They've been shooting cans for God knows how long, so who gives a shit? Like, so what? And then Melissa says, I wouldn't put it past being a sponsored video by Bud Light. Like, yeah. Like they've been shooting cans for forever. I mean, they usually are empty, but yeah. Like
It's like, come on,
it's not abnormal to shoot cans. But whatever.
don't
Like,
need that
I
type
mean,
of
it's
hate
so
speech.
stupid.
When
Yeah.
when Pat's Blue Ribbon was the beer of the Klan, you see how that went down. You ain't see no Pat's Blue Ribbon commercials in a long ass time, just because it was known that everybody from the Klan drunk the shit. You gonna have to stop doing that type of shit. That's why Budweiser don't give a fuck about that and gonna keep on putting fucking rainbows on their shit if they want to. I hope they put unicorns and stars and sprinkles on the shit too. But dazzle that
Right. As soon as
motherfucker.
you open it, right. As soon as you open it, a whole bunch of glitter gonna come
Man, like so
out.
every time you crack it open, it ain't no more. Every time you crack it open, it's yes, bitch, yeah. For real, like I would bet that's why I cannot be a part of it. Motherfuckers that hate me because nigga, I am petty as fuck. Do not play with me.
Right, right. That one Nicki Minaj song will open. Yes, bitch. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
bitch. Yes. Well, that'll be the day.
I'm telling you, they
Well,
don't ever fucking play
right.
with me like that. And
I'll
I
be
got
the biggest sponsor at Gay Pride. Like, don't fuck with it. Be the biggest sponsor.
because I'm gonna be in my
You
bag.
gonna
Like
be,
you
yeah,
just spewing hate out. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you
yeah,
doing. I'm getting a bag every time you say something that you hate about it.
yeah, yeah. And he had a MAGA hat on. I ain't never even seen that MAGA hat. He had a all white MAGA hat, and then MAGA wasn't white. It was a white on white MAGA hat. I was like, I've never even seen that type of MAGA hat, but he had it. I was like, dang, did he put a special call in?
Man,
Like,
I got that shit custom made. You know, I
okay.
ain't even gonna hold you. I'll wear a MAGA hat now
Why would you wear a MAGA hat now?
because because now it stands for my ass got arrested, and I've been arrested plenty of times. So yeah, I'll wear a MAGA hat now with pride.
Yeah, yeah. You know, there's some MAGA people on that side street by my house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but now they own a business, so they took all this shit down. But
Mhm.
Patrick Foreign remembers. I remember. So yeah. But yeah. Um yeah, so that's Bud Light. So yeah. Did you do your top five?
Yeah, my top five is embedded in me.
Okay. All right. So next up is our top five diss tracks. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay. All
My
right.
top five diss tracks in no particular order, by the way. because I can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a couple of them that I just can't put over each other. Um, the first one I'm gonna say is "No Vaseline" by Ice Cube. That shit was dope when he went on NWA like that. That was hard. Um, the second one I'm gonna say is "The Story of Adonis." That was amazing. Like, that
Okay.
that was boy. The Story of Adonis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was amazing. The third one is Back to Back. Fourth one, Ether. Fifth one, I mean, I guess it goes without saying because I mean that's everybody's top tier. Because that's definitely my top tier is Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah.
What was that
We
look?
basically got the same. We basically got the same list.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. I do have honorable mentions.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I have no Vaseline. I have Hit 'Em Up. I have Ether. But I have Back to Back.
Mm-hmm.
And I went outside the box with this one because people normally think of diss tracks as dissing a person or dissing another rap artist. I went outside the box and I was dissing the police. So I said no surrender.
Of course.
So
You know what? I knew you was gonna have a bone song in there. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. I knew that was coming.
but hey, I had to think outside the box. Because no surrender is dope.
No
So
surrender is hard.
yeah. So but my honorable mentions are Dre Day, Real Motherfucking G's,
Mm-hmm.
50 Cents Back Down, uh Dollar and Cents by DJ Quick,
Mm-hmm.
and Eminem's Hail Mary.
Okay.
So yeah.
That was dope as honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And gotta include the takeover. The takeover's a good honorable mention too.
Yeah. The only reason why I don't really like, I mean, the takeover is good, but I don't really include it is because it's not going at one person.
Okay.
It's like going at several people. If he went hard at one person or one like group of people, like No Vaseline is going at like NWA, then
Yeah.
I would include it. But the fact that it's like going at several people, which to me, if he would have just focused on like one, maybe it would have went harder for me.
I mean, cause about to say, cause Hit 'Em Up, nigga Pac talked about everybody. He was mainly talking about Biggie, but he mentioned everybody.
But
Disrespectfully.
true. But the fact that Tupac started it off with "That's why I
That's why I
fucked your
fucked your
bitch, you
bitch.
fat
Fat
mother."
motherfucker. Hey man. That is forever gonna be the most disrespectful shit to ever said
Right.
to
The fact that
I
he
think I said
started
that
it off
before.
like that,
Mm-mm.
yeah, and he had a whole West Coast hating the whole East Coast, and in the 90s he put out a video for a song like that was unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta give it up for him, like for that. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah,
completely unheard of.
he divided the whole goddamn country. That shit was wild.
Yeah, and
And
to
then
be alive in a time like that, and to this day, we still don't know if it really went down. Like Faye said it didn't, but we don't know.
you know what? I'm not
We
even
don't
gonna
know.
lie, man. And shout out to Faith before I say this, because I ain't trying to, nah, fuck that. I ain't all that shit. When you turn around and you start fucking Stevie J, who used to produce your baby daddy's fucking songs, you fuck Pac. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. I'm not believing that shit, Faith. Got me fucked up.
Unveil the Real says, "Hit 'em up will always be my number one diss track."
It
Yeah.
listen, bro. I think I said this a couple podcasts ago, but I've said this to people. That first line of the song, if you say that to somebody, that is going to get you shot. If you look them, if y'all know y'all got problems and you turn around and look at a motherfucker, a nigga or a stud, and you look at this motherfucker and be like, that's why I fuck your bitch, you fat motherfucker, that bitch gonna shoot you. Just think about that shit. Think about this look at yourself saying it, and then imagine somebody saying that to you.
Right.
You know the amount of hate that's gonna build up in your heart at that very moment.
You ready to risk it all for that one line.
Listen,
You are ready.
if you don't immediately figure out something to do, you a bitch.
You are ready. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You okay. And you're okay with it. It said word. The first line is highly disrespectful. The beat ain't even dropped yet. And he's like, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Like, the beat ain't even dropped yet.
Just imagine somebody doing that and then throwing up their set.
Yeah.
Unveil the real. Just imagine if a nigga looked you in the face and said, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Trey 9! And you'll be like, nigga, you are going to grab your pistol. I don't give a fuck what niggas is talking about, nigga. You were grabbing your stick, bro.
It's a wrap. You did what? You said what? Excuse me, what?
What did you say? Man, listen, I'm a calmly walk to the car, and all y'all gonna hear is fireworks coming from my shit.
Right. You're gonna be like, oh dude, and White Men Can't Jump. I'm gonna go to the car. I'm gonna grab my gun, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna shoot all y'all.
Shoot all y'all. That shit.
Yeah, he said I'm blacking the fuck out.
Exactly. It's no question. It is no question.
Dude,
bro,
like,
I actually said that in the mirror one time, bro. I'm not bullshitting y'all. I said that shit to myself in the mirror. And the amount of hate that built up in me at that moment, I said, damn, boy, nigga, that's why niggas gotta die for shit like that. Dude. Niggas gotta die for that type shit. Like, I hate to say it like that, but boy, that's some shit that niggas get killed for. You know, nigga, you disrespected my whole life and my pride at one moment.
Straight up. Yeah. He says, you got me fucked up, my nigga. LOL. Straight up.
Talking about, nigga.
Straight up. That dude was gonna air that court out on White Men Can't Jump over a basketball game. Just imagine if he fucked his girl.
Man.
You fat motherfucker. Like, just to add insult to injury. You fat motherfucker. Like,
and then let alone the fact that it's true. I'm fucking killing you.
And he got photographic evidence that we have been in the same vicinity with one another. You know what I mean? Oh no.
Yeah, Biggie a better man than me.
No. I would have had to see you. I would have had to see you. That's just what it is. I would have had to see you.
I'd have had them Junior Mafia niggas so hyped up to fuck that nigga up, man. Nigga, we would have been going on dummy runs to Cali.
Dude. I'm talking about welcome to Los Angeles type shit.
Like, man, come on, man. You ain't
And
always with that big ass blood, nigga. You ain't always with that nigga. I'm catching you by yourself. I'm fucking you up, Pop.
Right.
When you already accused me of getting you shot, and then you say some shit like this, now I'm gonna really get you shot this time.
Right. I'm already getting accused of it, so might as well make the shit real. Might as well do it. Fuck it. Like it gotta go down. Like it got to. It got to.
Hence,
You
therefore,
like,
hit them up will always be everybody's number one.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, and you call for it, like you taunting me at this point. You gonna make a video? You ain't got no album to promote. You got these ugly motherfuckers in the video with you, and you talking about my wife. Like that's my wife. You not talking about nobody else but my wife. Like I married this chick. You talking about my wife? Like you gotta go. You gotta go. That's the rule.
Just imagine, like we all seen that Notorious movie. You know how he used to get her when she was mad. Come on, boo. All this extra shit. Now imagine him doing all this shit, turning around, everybody smiling. The next thing you know, he hear, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." I just did all this kiss ass for nothing.
Right.
Come on, boo. And then the background, you got this little nigga screaming that shit at you.
Man. Terrible. Just terrible.
I'm hitting him and Faye. They both getting fucked up that day.
Right. Kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. All I heard was Papa don't hit me no more. Like it would have went the fuck down. You got the whole country like laughing at me. The whole world's laughing at me. Like it would have went down. Like I'm sorry. It would have went down. It just would have. I'm sorry.
I mean, we even discussing that, man. You got to think. Oh, that motherfucker was so disrespectful. That nigga told the world some shit that didn't nobody even know about. Didn't nobody know Prodigy had fucking sickle cell.
True. Yeah.
This nigga said, I'm gonna fuck around and have you have a seizure on stage.
Yeah. I heard somebody talk about that recently too.
Like, yeah, that was nigga. That was Pac was airing everybody the fuck out.
How did he even know?
Cause Pac is really a New York nigga, so he know how he got connections. Somebody said something, he know.
Yeah. But that's the crazy part. Like, how did he even know? Because like even New York niggas didn't even know that.
I think Pac probably was fucking to somebody's assistant. Somebody said something.
I don't know, but but that's our top 5. So so moving on. Okay, so in our white folks news, so in Vanderpump Rules, so just a quick little question that I have to the table. We all know about the whole little Vanderpump Rules situation where they have the situation where one of the cast members who was dating another cast member, they have been dating for like 10 years. One of them cheated on him with another cast member. And it was a big scandal. The internet went crazy. And they ended up breaking up. So the two that had been dating for 10 years, they actually had bought a home together. And it was Tom Sandoval and Ariana. They had bought a home together. Tom Sandoval cheated on Ariana with Raquel, and it was a big scandal. And um, Ariana and Tom Sandoval broke up, but Ariana and Tom Sandoval have this home that they bought. They're both still living in the home. So my question to the table is, who do you think should leave the home? Should it be Tom Sandoval or Ariana?
The house in both their name.
Yes.
They not married.
No.
Well, she got to go.
Why does she gotta go?
Just not who's paying the mortgage on that bitch. If
They
she's paying
both
the
are.
mortgage,
They both are.
equal party mortgage.
Yes.
Damn, that's all right.
Unveil the Real is asking, are there any kids involved? No, they do not have any kids. Excuse me.
Ooh, that. You know what? That's a hard one. I would just the man in me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say she gotta go.
Why do you feel like she gotta go?
Cause I feel like she could start over faster than I could.
Why do she gotta start over? When
Because
he's the one that cheated. He's the one that brought humiliation to her. Why is it that she gotta start over?
because I cheated in this house.
Yes.
Then why you want the house I was fucking bitches in? Get out of here. Like, for real, why do you want those memories?
Okay, so Unveil the Real says, if I'm a real nigga, you keep the house, I go.
I mean, that's cool. That's all right.
Then Unveil the Real says, but I do agree that she can start over way faster than a man could.
But I you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, why you want to
Why
be in a
is
house
it?
I was fucking bitches in?
But why do y'all feel that a woman can start over faster than a man? What is it that what is it that y'all feel that a woman can do faster than a man could?
Well, one, for instance, if she steps out on her own like that, it's gonna be people that you know what I'm saying is gonna help her out, her friends or family members or whatever, because she was, you know what I'm saying, the quote unquote, I hate to call her a victim, but she was a victim of, you know what I'm saying, of adultery. So, she's gonna get more, you know what I'm saying, help that way. Before as me leaving and motherfuckers look at me like, yeah, I mean, shit, yeah, you know why he got kicked out the house, because the nigga was fucking bitches in that motherfucker. So niggas gonna side eye me, kind of, you know what I'm saying, in a certain kind of way. I'm not gonna be able to like bounce back like that. I mean, that's just how I look at it. But at the same time, I still go back to this. Why do you want a house that I was fucking bitches in?
Okay, so I understand the point of why do you want a house that you was fucking bitches in. I get that. um, Regardless on if you want a house if you fucking bitches in or not, I feel like the option should be on the party that was cheated on if they should have the house or not. If they want the house, cool. If they don't want the house, cool. But the option should be theirs to have the house.
Okay.
But if if they want the house, you gotta go. It shouldn't, but like there should be no cohabitation involved. Like somebody gotta go. Somebody gotta go. Like we're not doing this.
I
We're
mean,
not we're not living
in
here.
today's society, man, that's easier said than done. I can get them still living together, on a financial level.
Mhm.
You know, that's you know what I'm saying. That's why I can see them still staying. But eventually, yeah, you're gonna have to make that decision. And I mean, if it's on that, like, you know, putting it in your perspective like that, like, yeah, I mean, you got the choice if you want to stay here or not. But if you was cheating on me, I don't want to be in here knowing which room you know what I'm saying, you fuck Big Dick Willie in.
Yeah. Build a Real podcast says, or I feel that it depends on who can keep up with the house financially. Yeah.
That's true.
Um. Right. And, I mean, you gotta be real with yourself. Like if you were the one that was being cheated on, can you keep this house up? You know. Like if it was me that was being cheated on, can I keep this house up by myself? Probably not. But I know I wouldn't want to be here with you. So I'm gonna go on ahead and exit stage right. You know what I mean? You can have this house. I'ma leave. Now you may not be able to keep up this house without me. I don't give a fuck. I'm out.
I mean, you ain't
Like,
supposed to.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm out because you fucked this up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gone. Either way it go, I'm gone. But yeah. So let's see. Melissa says whoever broke the vow should have it work in their favor regardless of what it looks like. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm
So
not
that
gonna stay. I'm not gonna stay in the house. I'm just telling you now. It just, you know, I don't care what nobody feel. It's my pride. I'm not staying in a house where you was fucking on me. I'm just not.
hmm
I'm getting the fuck out of there. Like, you take care of it. It's especially if I know you can't handle it by yourself.
yeah. So you'll let them drown financially.
I'll let you drown financially. You got me fucked up. Go bring back Slick Dick Johnny.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll sleep in my car first.
Yeah. So would you be out like that night, or would you like wait for the house to sell, or would you just be out like
I wouldn't be out that night. I would be I would save up enough for me to get, you know what I'm saying, get me somewhere and where enough where I could, you know what I'm saying, I could pay that and still pay the mortgage while this motherfucker's for sale. And you know what I'm saying, I'll be out. Like, she wouldn't even know. I would just be gone.
mhm,
And then once I'm gone, I'll try to get my lawyers together, see how, you know what I'm saying, I could work it out where I get another loan to pay off that loan, where all this shit is financially hers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that would probably be my best option. I definitely would try to speak with a real estate attorney to see how I cannot be financially obligated the fastest legal way possible,
Yeah.
because I'm out. I am out. So, but if it's mine, if I can if I want it, I need to figure out how to get him out of it. So, but yeah, but yeah, that's what apparently is going on now. So, so that's the update. Let's see.
That ain't even
Did we?
uncommon, even thinking about it. Because I know a motherfucker that got divorced and they still stayed in the same house for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently that goes on often.
Yeah.
Uh, that actually is closer to my real life. It ain't. I mean, it ain't me personally, but it's very close to me personally.
Yeah.
But yeah. Did we talk about LSU yet?
Nah.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about LSU. So, LSU. So, LSU women's basketball tournament, or they won the Final Four
Mm-hmm.
tournament over Iowa this past week, and it was a big controversy because Iowa was, dominating, and their lead player was taunting the other um, the other teams, and nobody was saying a thing with her taunting other teams, and they thought it was cute. They had her. Um, they actually had her on the promos and stuff. And, at the championship with her going, or with Iowa going up against LSU, once it got to the point where LSU was looking like they was about to win the game, the lead player on LSU started taunting the lead player on Iowa, doing the same thing, which what she was doing was, I guess it's called the John Cena "You Can't See Me" gesture. Yeah, which they got from Tony Yayo
That's
from
the
G
Tony
Unit.
Yayo, baby. That's the
Yeah,
Yayo.
right. John Cena got that from Tony Yayo. So
And he
let's
says
make
that.
that clear.
He
Yeah,
says that.
but
He's not denying it.
right. But you know how they do. So, but anyway, so yeah. So the difference between the LSU players and the Iowa players is the LSU players, majority of them are black. The Iowa players are white, and so the LSU players got called everything but a child of God. Like literally everything but a child of God. Um, they were called unsportsmanlike. They were called fucking idiots from grown ass men. Um, they were called classless. They literally everything in the book. They they were, made such a big controversy over these gestures. You would have thought that they were like trying to fight them, were throwing up the middle finger and all this kind of stuff, when they were literally giving them the same thing that they were giving out. And yeah, the Iowa players didn't have a problem with getting the same thing that they were dishing out, but of course, Twitter had a problem. So much so that even the first lady, Jill Biden, when she invited the players to come to the White House, she invited both the winners and the losers to come to the White House. So much so that the main player that made the gesture, um, she said that she wasn't going, that they rather go to the Obama's house instead. So yeah, um, even though LSU said that they are gonna go to the White House, but yeah, what are your thoughts behind this whole situation?
I mean, it just clearly shows you that um, racism is really, really just embedded in natural society. It's just, first of all, even speaking about the White House, it is never in the history of championships, uh, president, vice president, first lady, anybody inviting the losing team. But the white nerve The worth of this lady, because she couldn't fathom watching these white people so hurt, or the majority of the team being white, so hurt that they lost against these jigaboos that she invited they losing ass there. That shit's crazy. I didn't understand that and all of my history of niggerdom, I've never seen that happen. But who the fuck am I? Um, Even saying that, getting back to them saying it was unsportsmanlike and disrespecting the LSU team, not only the team but the beautiful young lady that did that. Um, why is it different when I give you the same energy you give me, white folks? This is what I don't understand. That girl has been and shout out to her because she's a phenomenal basketball player. She has been shutting down everybody and giving them this shit the whole time. It doesn't matter if it was a close game or a fucking blowout. She has been doing this shit to everybody. So why are you mad when somebody gets to do it to her? Oh, you mad because it happened to be a black girl that did it to her. That's what it's about. You know, that I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this, and I'm gonna just say this: my opinion does not reflect the views or the opinions of the ish we talk. But you soft ass white people is the reason why we have participation trophies. You know, because there's no way in the fucking world shit like this should be a problem. But it's a problem when it happens to you, when it's somebody you deep down embedded in your genes don't like. Because let it have been a white player that would have did her like this, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Calling her classless. How am I classless for winning the fucking game like I'm supposed to?
Right.
How am I classless for this? I don't give a fuck what the score was. Nigga, this is what they've been doing. Every time Tyreek blew past motherfuckers and threw up the peace sign, when motherfuckers did him like that, he didn't go up there complaining. Nor did anybody else go in there complaining like, oh, that was classless of them to do that. No, because if you can dish it out, you can fucking take it. And like again, shout out to the little white girl because she's a phenomenal basketball player. And I'm pretty sure she didn't give a fuck. It was you pansy ass white folks that give out participation trophies that had a problem with it. Or coon ass, because there's a bunch of coon ass niggas out here. Some of you coon ass niggas was mad about that shit too, because y'all secretly Uncle Ruckus motherfuckers. And I mean, when you win, you win. If I beat a nigga who always hit a nigga with a crazy line when he win, I'm gonna hit that nigga with the same line. You can't do nothing but take that. Like I don't know. I just think, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is just blatant racism, and I don't give a fuck how anybody slices it. Because that little girl didn't do shit, but do what she was supposed to do, play a competitive game, and she was real competitive. Mm-hmm. And when you win, that's what you do. She didn't taunt her. She didn't get in her face like, you stupid ass, pale cricket ass bitch. Like, she didn't do none of that. She just did the same thing and pointed to the ring because she won.
Right. Which there's pictures of football players that have done that gesture as well. Nobody has said anything about that, you know. And then again, the girl has done this before. Nobody has said anything to her. She's on promos doing this. So they obviously thought that was fine, you know. So
They was
But
promoting
again,
the whole fucking championship with her doing that.
right, right. Build a Real podcast says she stayed humble. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right. The white girl had no problem, because they've interviewed the white girl a couple of times. She's made statements a couple of times. She had no problem with the girl doing that. You
No
know,
real athlete is. It's not, if you really think about it, the ones that's complaining are not athletes.
yeah,
Because no
yeah.
athlete will complain about that.
The one that called her a fucking idiot is Keith Olbermann, who's a newscaster. The last I checked, he was on MSNBC, and then he had, like, when people like drug him online and gave him so many examples of them, of the other one doing this as well. He had to walk it back and be like, "Oh, well, they both were classless and they both were wrong, but I don't follow basketball pro or college. Why are you even in this conversation?"
Exactly. Shut your bitch ass up. That's why I cannot be running anything.
Yeah.
Because if I ran LSU athletic department, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm saying something.
Yeah.
I'm saying something. I'm gonna go right into the mic and I'm gonna tell them, like, we do not give a fuck about no pansy ass crackers opinion.
Which is why it would be a full-time job for somebody to come
Exactly.
right
Yeah, you're
behind
gonna have
you.
to be my interpreter. like that shit from Key and Peele. Like, yeah, I'm gonna need an interpreter. Cause
Right.
like, nigga, what the fuck? All you niggas ain't picked up a ball, did shit.
Right.
You niggas don't know nothing about being competitive. Y'all don't know how to even lose with dignity. And we see that's why I said you bitch ass niggas is the one to give out participation trophies, because y'all don't even know how to lose with dignity.
Yeah.
The winner's supposed to do that. When have you ever seen a winner who was sad because they fucking won? What the fuck did y'all want the bitch to do? Go over there and give her a hug and tell her it's okay, like that black judge did when that white lady killed that nigga? Like, that's what y'all want, motherfucker. You just want us to be humble all the motherfucking time. Man, come on, man. Suck my dick when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah, like straight up. Like straight up. That was some bullshit. That was some straight bullshit. And the way that it, like, grew legs and ran all over Twitter for days, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I have never seen so much coverage on women's basketball ever. Probably not since the 96 Olympics.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was insane how much coverage like, this overshadowed men's basketball. I have never seen that ever. You know what I mean?
The only good thing that comes out of this is how great the views are going to be when these two great talents go to the league.
And that's another thing, because the main one that we're talking about, her name is Angel. I forgot her last name, but she said she's making more now than she would if she were to go to the league.
Yeah.
You know, so she says she ain't in a race to go to the league right now. And in a way, that's a good thing, because they weren't trying to, for the longest, they weren't trying to pay people that weren't in the league. And on top of that, they're not really trying to pay WNBA players. So
yeah, they ain't paying them shit. But we've had this discussion, and I had somebody get off the podcast because they thought I was wrong.
Right. We ain't gonna go down that road. But
yeah, we ain't going there. We ain't going there. But you know what my opinion is about that. And this right here is going to put asses in seats if they choose to go to the league.
Yeah.
Because they're going to love to watch these two play against each other every time.
Right. Right. That's true. That's true. If they do it right, if they market it right, because of the rivalry now, they cannot play together.
It wouldn't be right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
They
and
can never go
both of them
together.
as competitors, they wouldn't even want to go to the same team.
Right. 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 They most definitely have to play that right.
Like not for the
Side
first
note.
couple of years.
Yeah. Side note. You remember the show The Game?
Yeah,
Okay, so they rebooted it for a second time.
I did not know
On
that.
yeah, on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
So it's kind of centered around the Tasha Mack character, and it's really good. Like they did a second season of the reboot on Paramount Plus, and it's really good. But of course, it was already dealing with the inner workings, but now they dealing with the real inner workings behind the scenes. So now that we're kind of talking about it just a tad right now with them going to the league, it would now that I just finished watching the second season of the reboot. So it would be interesting to see how they will work it if they do eventually go to the league, how they will work it with them going to the league to see how they will set that up because they kind of do like because they kind of like set it up,
Okay.
on the game or whatnot. So it would be interesting to see how they will set that up. Excuse me. So I would suggest anybody who has some time or whatever to watch that on Paramount Plus because it's very interesting to see, and it's really good.
All
It's
right.
way better than the reboot that they did on BET because the reboot they did on BET was not good. So
Okay.
yeah, but anyway, we do our little left. That's our little left for today.
That's our little left.
Yeah,
We promoted a show that,
yeah,
that don't even know we exist.
right,
Shout out to the game.
right. So yeah, so that's LSU. So the whole no jumper thing. Um, are you are you prepared to talk about the no jumper
Oh
situation?
yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
let's take it
Okay.
away. Take it away.
Okay. If anybody's been living under the rock and y'all don't know what No Jumper is a network full of podcasters. Adam 22 runs it. Adam 22 employs a lot of people of color. A lot of people of color. As of recently, the majority of his hosts left No Jumper. It was a lot of controversy over it. Motherfuckers didn't know what was going on. Um, but let's just get into the meat and potatoes of it. One thing that had a lot of people upset is Adam 22 interviewed a uh, former, quote unquote, former white supremacist, and he did not give him the big questions that he should. He kind of just really pushed his way through it and kind of was agreeing with a lot of things he said and not bringing up anything about his white supremacy. Um, a lot of his hosts had a problem with that. Um, at the same time, they had a problem with it. This guy, Adam 22, which is he is great at not taking responsibility. Um, basically just was trying to make it seem like it was just an interview. He could have did something better, but he really was, and it was always a but, and this instead of just being that kind and just saying shit. This is what I wanted to do and fuck y'all opinion, which he knew he couldn't have did it. But after that, it was kind of rocky with a lot of people. under no jumper, especially with AD, one of his hosts that everybody loves. Then it got to a point where it was so much background problems. He had background problems with one of his hosts' phone call. He had supposedly, said some shit about him to a lot of people. It ended up getting back to him. They got into it. They even damn near got into a fight on air. Phone call was going through issues. He was already upset about his mother passing. And again, Adam 22, the guy that he is, was not taking responsibility for the way he treated that situation. So that was a problem, but it was a lot of people that, stayed in there. And then again, him running his mouth, he ran his mouth to the wrong person who he thought was his friend. He called him a snake, but he ain't a snake. What happens is you told this man that you wanted to fire AD, said you was tired of me, only used the same 4 jokes. You wanted to totally kick him off the Tuesday show. And you told that to the wrong person, and he went back and told AD. Now, when AD left, a bunch of people left after that because AD brought in a lot of these people. So they slid with their homeboy, which you should do, because I totally agree. You slide with your homeboy. So that happened. It was a lot of motherfuckers who stayed. They know what I'm saying, that are black. But it is a lot of motherfuckers that left. Now, in that, Adam 22 still, like I said, doesn't take accountability about, him speaking out of terms to on people instead of talking to them directly. He's still trying to blame the dude Lush, who got fired because he talked. That, he trying to call him a snake, and he, what I'm saying, he ain't a friend and all that. The truth of the matter is, you ain't a friend, my guy. You fucked up. Then that's not even the whole kicker. You know how the world is. Adam 22 fucked an underage girl, and he denies that. But it's true. Twitter and social media, they pulled up a lot of things. So he met the girl when he started talking to the girl when she was 16. He had made posts talking about this, and since deleted it. Somebody had a screenshot, tried to bring it back up. Well, basically he was saying, shit, I met her when she was 16, but she didn't look 16. I fucked this underage girl, but no, I didn't fuck her. Yeah, shout out to AD, that's my nigga. Especially, again, we taking the left, promoting the nigga. Check out Community, dog. Community is, I watch that shit a lot. That, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with AD. And I fuck with his niggas. His niggas is real ass Crips. But back to Adam 22. Adam 22 had met this girl in Canada. He met her from her apparently fucking a lot of niggas in bands. And she wanted to fuck Adam 22. He says he didn't fuck her when she was 16. He said, he let her know that it's illegal to fuck somebody underage in America. Yeah, it is the shit, bro. That shit is the shit. But yeah, he put that he put all that out there, like he said that already, which he probably did tell her that. But what happened is when she turned 19, he slid down there and fucked her. So he's trying to make it seem like, by the grace of God, we met up again. Truth be told, he groomed this girl. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. Everybody can make these excuses for these dudes that do shit like that. You don't just lose track of a bitch from Canada and then find the bitch miraculously when she's of age. You keep tabs on the bitch. So either way it go, Adam 22 is an unstable, mentally fucked up person that does not take accountability for what he does. He wasn't paying them niggas shit. And he was talking about them behind their back. Now, No Jumper, I don't know what's gonna happen from him. They still got Sharp Tank, which shout out to Sharp because I fuck with Sharp. They still got Poetic Flacco. He all right, not to say it like that, but sometimes I just think he do a lot of pandering, which I understand because Adam 22 got him from wherever he was down to Cali to do what he's doing. But every now and then you gotta pull a ball out your mouth and talk your shit. I think he does now because I know a lot of times a lot of them niggas was telling him to step his game up, so I think he does now. But anyway, I ain't saying he got a lot of yes man, but I'm saying a lot of niggas is still there. But I don't know how far No Jumper is gonna be. No Jumper is probably gonna crash and burn eventually because we got a lot of people leaving, and as long as the people that left, they still got their buzz, they still booming, they can get more people out. Especially if they not getting paid shit. Now a couple of them are getting paid good money, but it was also revealed that he was dramatically underpaying the shit out them niggas from what they was doing. Other people was telling them they could have got a lot more. And shout out to AD because AD is getting a whole lot more money than he was getting on No Jumper. And that's the whole No Jumper thing. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna crash or burn. They still got a couple of good podcasts. They still got a couple of good hosts, and they are people of color. But Adam 22 was a culture vulture, is a culture vulture, and it showed that in his inability to take accountability for himself. And this shouts out for him being a very despicable type of guy like that, because that's don't nobody want to be around people like that, because them niggas loved you, and for you to do what you did and talk behind your back, you know what I'm saying, about them, man, that shit was foul, and you need to take accountability for
it. Yeah. Unveil the Real podcast says No Jumper ain't gonna be the same unless they get some famous actors or comedians, but No Jumper had real niggas on there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think famous actors or comedians is gonna make No Jumper the same.
Now, especially with all the controversy that came out, because
Yeah,
he
ain't
wasn't
nobody
paying them
gonna
niggas.
touch it.
One, he wasn't paying them niggas shit. One, he was talking behind their back, and two, the nigga he's a fucking creep. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, nigga, you basically groomed the 16-year-old girl from Canada so you could fuck her when she was legal, and then you allowing people that are quote unquote ex white supremacists to be on the show. Now, why would you do that and not give them real questions when your whole No Jumper entertainment system is getting ran by people of color?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what they were saying, like, because like AD, he kind of went on like a press tour, and that was like part of his gripe is the whole white supremacist thing is like you kind of like made that it's kind of like that's he's kind of like gearing his content towards,
Yeah,
like that, like that's kind of like what he's like trying to get like now. He built it off the backs of black people,
yeah, he did. He got where he
but
wanted to
now kind
be.
of like what he's like trying to gear it towards now. Yeah, yeah, like that's what he really wants it to be now, and that's what he always really wanted it to be. But he built it off the backs of black people now, and he ain't cool with that shit, Which I mean, I understand. I totally understand. Now with now, do you think that with the way things are going now, do you think that the Sharp Tank will stick around? Because
I think
from my impression of who, because from my impression of who the Sharp person is, I can't see him sticking around too much longer.
Well, my thing is, for me, I think it's this with Sharp, and I could be totally wrong, and I ain't about to diss Sharp when I say this. Um, Sharp's getting a bag. Sharp's getting a good amount. Last time I checked, I think Sharp was making 80, not 80, but 8 million a year. So as that he's fine in that situation. Now, if his numbers go down, I can see Sharp leaving because of the controversy. I can see that, but if his numbers don't go down, I don't see Sharp going anywhere.
Now you were going out, so you said he's making how much?
He's making 8 million a year.
Ooh.
So I don't think he's going
I didn't
nowhere
know
for
that.
the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, for the moment.
I didn't know that.
Because
I didn't know no jumper was playing numbers like that.
Yeah, he's getting a bag. He's getting a real bag, and I think that's why a lot of everybody that left No Jumper ain't really, you know what I'm saying, coming at Sharp on shit like that, because Sharp don't really got nothing to do with it. Now the niggas that are friends with the niggas that left now, they don't give a fuck. They on Sharp. They was on Sharp head last time, but Sharp a real nigga. So if a nigga wanted like any type of status like that, Sharp ain't gonna run from it. But yeah, like AD totally respects Sharp. They had a conversation on the podcast, and Sharp just totally kept it 100 with him when he was like, "Why you didn't leave?" And he told him the truth, which anybody would say that. He said, "I didn't leave because I didn't come in with you." You know, so he was like, "Now, case in point, if I would have left, would you would have left?" And AD straight up said no. So he was like, "Yeah." So you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get into this where I don't think what happened to you is wrong, because what happened to you was wrong. But at the same time, the niggas that left with you were supposed to left with you because they came with you. I didn't come in with you, dog.
Yeah.
And you gotta respect that.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. And it made sense to AD.
Yeah.
Like AD didn't trip. Now AD's homeboy was like, "Nigga, fuck No Jumper and fuck everybody in No Jumper." And he like, and Sharp was like, "So nigga, wait a minute, nigga, we ain't gotta get hostile, but if you saying No Jumper, nigga, you saying fuck me." So he like, "Nigga, you goddamn right, I'm saying fuck you, you old mark ass nigga." Like, so the outside nigga, them outside niggas is, you know what I'm saying, mad, but AD ain't mad. But Sharp don't give a fuck about them outside niggas.
Yeah.
You know, he was just clearing the air with his nigga, because at the end of the day, you know, like they both said, man, you know, they love each other. That's they partners, and so they understood the situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of bad for Adam 22.
Yeah, but it ain't nothing that he didn't create.
Yeah, he created that shit himself. He did all that, and he needs to take accountability. Shout out to Joe Budden for interviewing him. I think he had no idea what he was getting into when he did that Joe Budden interview, because Joe Budden, he hit this nigga from the fucking follicles in his forehead to the motherfucking cuticles in his toenails. Nigga hit him
I
with
didn't
every.
get to catch that one.
You said what?
I said I didn't get to catch that interview. What all did he say to him?
Oh man, he brought up everything that was going on, and he was telling him how it looks, and he was making it like, for instance, with the whole AD thing, you know, he was trying to blame Lush for being a snake, and Joe Budden was like, "Nah, I mean, if you think about it, it was you for talking. You the one that said some shit about somebody instead of saying it directly to them." And so, you know, people all know about the situation with Joe Budden and his former cast, and he was like, "Well, if I know some things you said about your former cast that you probably wouldn't say in they face." He was like, "Shit, you can call them right now. Everything I had a problem with, I said to their face, but you should know that about me. You know, I don't have any, you know, you don't have no problem with that." And He just you did, and he told him you need to start taking accountability. This was on you. You wouldn't. And the issue with the pay, he was like, if it was ever an issue with the pay, that should have been, you know what I'm saying, that should have been discussed ahead of time, and that should have been taken care of. And he was like, well, it's all about numbers and this and this and this. He's like, man, you ain't talking to somebody that don't fucking do podcasts. I know what it is. But if it's a difference in pay, it's a difference in pay. Take accountability. Well, I could see, yeah, you got to watch the interview because he tried to run around that and he kept stinging him every time. And then with the whole issue with the little girl, like, and I love how Joe Budden said, man, what type of weirdo shit that y'all be on, you weird ass white people be on, where y'all think that shit is cool. Y'all think it's cool, you know what I'm saying, to say, she was 16 when I talked to her, but she didn't look 16, and we talked about fucking, but I didn't fuck. He was like, nigga, you groomed her. Whenever you get through, you groomed her, because you're trying to make it seem like God led you to her when she was 19. No, you groomed her until she was legal. Like, stop. Why don't you just keep it real? Like he told, why don't you just tell the truth?
Wow.
Like, yeah, you got to watch that interview. Shout out to Joe Budden again. You got to watch that interview, because when I seen, I was like, man, he was on that boy's top. He was giving him the questions that Adam 22 should have gave that white supremacist. I'm gonna bring up all your shit.
Yeah.
I think Joe Budden had a point to prove with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Joe
And
really being on his journalist top when he went on that.
Yeah. Sounds like Adam won't be back.
Oh, now you know Adam ain't never coming back to the no.
Yeah. Sounds like he won't be back.
Because that's his second time being on there.
Yeah.
Joe was on him the first time, but he wasn't on him with this shit, because this shit didn't happen. But he was on him, especially about just being a culture vulture for real.
Yeah.
Building his brand off of black gang members, because that's what he was doing. Everybody's a Crip. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's representing their hood, and your white ass is sitting in the back counting dollars like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah. Has he ever interviewed Vlad?
Joe Budden?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, it seemed like the only
I don't know if he will though.
Yeah, it seemed like the only people that has interviewed Vlad is the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big thing about Vlad, is that he keeps getting called one as well.
Yeah. He keeps getting called a culture vulture, and everybody saying he's the feds and all that. With me, I ain't even gonna lie. If you go tell your life story to a journalist, that's your fault. You can't say that got anything to do with Vlad. Now, is he a culture vulture? He could be. China Mac interview Vlad. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I've never even heard of China Mac.
Oh man, China Mac's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you how cool China Mac is. I knew this is left too. China Mac and AD had words, and they squabbed that shit out like real shit. I can't say real niggas. Yeah, I can. They squabbed that shit out like real niggas. They wouldn't banged, and when it was banged, and when they banged it out, it was over with.
Okay. Like so how you supposed
to. China Mac for being real like that.
Okay. Who won?
I don't know. And both of them ain't saying shit. So that's the respect right there. They're just like, it is what it is. It happened, and it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. And they both live to see another day.
Exactly. They shit. He been on Community a hell of times.
Okay.
So like, yeah, that, but yeah, I don't think a lot of people have done it. With Joe Budden especially, I don't think he would ever do it because I think that's what he talks about a lot because he was jaded by he was jaded basically by the business, and so he sees that uh quote unquote white people, Jewish folks, who are anybody of color making money off of you, and then you not getting your just due. So Joe Budden has a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh. All right. So yeah, so that's no jumper. So on Bill the Real says like real niggas.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
So all right. So let's see. Next up is so okay. So we have two more stories and then the fucked up song. So we gonna slide through these. All
I
right.
bet.
So um we have a woman who she set the internet on fire a couple of days ago because she had a wedding not too long ago, and she got fed up because her husband's groomsmen had pissed her off to the highest level of festivity. So she put her husband's groomsmen on blast online, and she she put them on blast, and she aired out their business basically. Um, yeah, and they had a whole lot of business to be aired out, and
Oh my God.
yeah, to say the least. Um, and she put like faces to the business, and yeah, she held everybody's tea. So I'm gonna go through a few of the a few of
I was about to
the
say
business.
the number game because she had a numbers game.
Yeah, she had a numbers game. Okay, so she said basically, okay, meet my husband's wedding party. These are the men he chose to stand behind him as he said I do. So let's play guess who. One. Stole $25 off my couch on camera, lied about it, and then admitted his only request was that I don't put it on Facebook. No apology. Two, allows his wife who to disrespect him and everybody else in his friends group because she's fighting demons. Wife verbally and mentally abuses him every day. When he wakes up, he says, oh no, when he wakes up, she says, fuck you, fat bitch, I hate you at 7 a.m. And that's how he starts his day.
Mm.
Three, eats boogers with his girlfriend. Got mad because she ate a booger, only the hard ones. And I said, ugh. Four,
How do you even know that? Gee.
four. Wife says, fuck your dead ass mama. Ooh. I hope your daughter dies too. Every argument. That is horrible. That you are a horrible individual for that. Five. Links up at number four house to fuck with the wife's sister, but the girlfriend doesn't know. She's cool with the wife. 5. I mean, she's cool with the wife. 6. Sucks dick during a threesome or got his dick stroked by a nigga during threesome. Sort of weird ass sexual encounter that involved him, his bitch, and another nigga. 7. Burnt a bitch and she texts Chachi phone demanding he relay the message. Chachi told me mind my business because I was going to tell the girlfriend. 8. Really don't be knowing what the fuck going on because he out west and he just met these niggas. Yeah. And then it goes on from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and she got like she goes on to 18. So yeah. So if you were the groom, what would you think about your bride doing this?
I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I gotta keep. I can't do nothing but keep it a whole dollar with you. Um,
Hmm.
if I was the groom and my wife was to do this,
Hmm.
I would have to go. I need to leave. I need to leave because, I mean,
Leave
if it
her or leave
leave
town?
her,
Like leave.
yeah, I'm gonna leave. I gotta leave her because if these were lies or if it was the truth, these are things that didn't need to be aired out about my friends, and I can't be around you like that if that's what you're gonna do, man. Like, how am I ever gonna be able to like do anything in life when I got a motherfucker like you that is just gonna spill everything once you get in your feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go, and I know what I'm saying. It would hurt. I tell her how much I love her, but you fucked up. I gotta love you from a distance.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. Like, come on, man. Why the fuck does everybody gotta know that my man sucked dick in a threesome? Like, what the fuck? Like, hey man, whatever my man decide to do in his bedroom is his bedroom, man. I don't need to hear this shit.
But why? My thing is that why do I know that that's what he do in a threesome?
Because I believe all of them had did some shit together. In my opinion, I think what has happened is they put her on blast for some shit she did, and her being in her feelings about that, she went and exploded on everything. Because they all got it. It's nowhere in the world you got that much dirt. If you know a nigga and his girl eat boogers, y'all be around each other way too much. Is this the swingers community? Because ain't nobody bringing that shit up. Like, when you go to girls' night, ain't nobody getting drunk and be like, girl, me and my man eat boogers. Like, no, you have to be intimately, you have to be so intimate in their lives. Like, what the fuck is
Wow.
going on?
Wow.
You know what a motherfucker
Just
says to
wow.
a nigga when he wakes up in the morning?
Mm, mm,
Y'all done been on husband and wife trips where you done heard this bitch be like, man, fuck you, nigga, every morning. And he gonna make it. It's
I
deeper than
just
rap with this one.
do like I just sometimes I think like maybe I'm making the wrong decision with the way that I'm living my life, and then I hear situations like this and I'd be like, you know what? My decision ain't so bad.
No,
You know, there could totally be worse decisions out there, There are worse decisions out there. And yeah.
the worst decision that was made was, you actually wifed this bitch, and then she went and told everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nigga, it's
And these are
telltale signs
real
with you, like, you can't
people.
trust your bitch with.
Right. These are real people. Like I went and looked them up. These are real people. Like OMG.
Like for real,
Like
like the one nigga, you didn't even speak of him, but the one nigga that she put on blast, man, he probably didn't even do nothing. She just heard from the grapevine, your wife keep fucking on you because your dick little. Like, what the fuck did my little dick ass have to? I didn't even say shit to you, bitch.
man, it's terrible.
I didn't say nothing to you, bitch. I speak to you every day, and you. This is the
Yeah.
disrespect I get.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You asked me my
Right.
opinion. I think they all fucking each other. That's how. That's why she know all that
All
shit.
the groomsmen.
Yep. I think
Yes,
all
sir.
of them is fucking around. Like all of that girls and all that, they all fucking around on each other, and they all know that shit. That's why it was so easy for her to air that shit out,
Mm. It's
including her
possible.
husband and fuck down on some motherfuckers too.
Yeah. And he probably be sitting up with her pillow talking and shit. Cause how
Yeah,
does he know a lot of this shit?
and she do too. She just was acting funny. She probably got caught fucking outside of their little circle, and they blasted her for it. So she was like, you know what, y'all got me fucked up.
Or maybe she found out that her husband be fucking on them, and she got mad and said, "Fuck it, I'm unleashing the dragon."
That could be true.
Yeah, you know.
Either way, she gotta get the fuck from around me, man.
Yeah, yeah. So that's just child. Okay.
I ain't mad at her, you know, because I mean, how you is how you is. But I can't be around you being like that.
Mm-mm-mm. It's too much. It's too much. I just was like, I just pray I don't never have a mad day like that.
Man, shit.
Yeah.
I stay out of
Yeah.
I stay out of everybody's business, so I can't never have a mad day like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, you know, you don't you don't be wanting to know a lot of people see. You just know a lot of people see.
Yeah,
Um, but when you do know a lot of people see, people should just leave you alone. And for the most part they do, you know. Um, but even when they don't, you still give them grace
yeah.
because I mean there's a lot of people that you could have put on blast for less, you know.
Lindsay, is
Um,
this about to be a confession?
no, no, it's not. No, it's far from a
It's
confession, but
like
I'm just saying.
I'd be like, I could bury a lot of these niggas out here.
I mean, yeah, I mean I could have for less, you know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's why I'm just like I just pray I just never have a bad day that bad that that will bring me to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm about to air this. I'm about to air this place out
You got
because
yeah, that
I
that
don't
old
I don't
school
want
shit
that.
came out.
Yeah, you know, 'cause I don't want that. I don't want that in my life.
What was that West Coast group Bullies with Fullies? That bitch woke up and said, I live life like fuck everybody but me. And that's to the day they never smoke me. You booger eating motherfucker. Like she didn't give a fuck.
Right? I mean, for real,
Like,
for
boy.
real.
It wouldn't because that wouldn't even have me tea. It's the fact that nigga, what? That ain't even because that ain't even some shit that you be like, damn, that's fucking. It's just like, what? Like, what in the fuck is going on in that house?
Right? Like times that hard.
y'all getting upset? You niggas getting mad at each other over a booger?
Over a booger. Over a booger. Okay.
I don't know why, because I used to eat my boogers as a kid. I don't know what I'm saying, but I just don't know why this shit makes me laugh like it does. Out of everything,
Oh man,
that's the
oh
one
my
that
God.
makes me laugh. I'm like, what? Y'all eat boogers to get? Like, what are y'all doing? Like sitting there picking each
How
other's
did
nose?
and then she put numbers over the faces of the that correlates with the topics, right?
Yeah.
And then she got the unedited photos, and the unedited photo of the groomsmen, when you see the person, that person looked like a booger eating motherfucker. Like,
I'm gonna have to see I seen the picture with the numbers. I ain't seen the pictures.
yeah, you got to go back and look. That nigga looked like he eat boogers. Like, but how do you find a person that eats boogers with you? Like, what
The
website do
dark
you go
web.
to that that has the interest of eating boogers? Like,
As a
that's
man, I
where
be
I'm
finding
at.
that disgusting.
Right? Like,
And it's crazy. Like I
where
said,
is
I used
that
to
an
eat boogers when
option?
I was little. I get mad at people to get mad at their kids for that. And I'm like, hey man, let that kid be, you know what I'm saying, be a kid right now. But grown? Yeah, I defend all the booger eating kids. I don't give a fuck. All the booger eating kids.
Oh
I be telling
God.
y'all, listen, I keep telling y'all, I am too grown to be lying to y'all at this point. I am way too grown for
Oh
that.
God. I didn't know. I didn't eat boogers as a kid. I don't eat them as an adult.
I ain't saying everybody did, but I was a booger eating kid.
Why? Why? Why?
I have no idea why. Like, even thinking about it now, because when I think about it now, it kind of, you know what I'm saying, I'll be thinking like, damn, I was really eating boogers. Like, but I was as a kid. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what it was. But I can't
I
see it as
know.
a grown man, so I can't see how you could do it as a couple.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you do online dating and they have your interest, is booger eating like an option? Like,
I'm about to, you know what? I'm about to get back on that shit so I can look. I gotta look at this nigga. You said this nigga look like he eat boogers. I gotta see the nigga that looks like he eat boogers. I got to. I didn't even know how much that bothered me until you said he looks like he eat boogers. Something in my
he
mind just started
looks like
turning.
it. He looks like it.
Uh, uh,
And
uh.
then I'm like, how do you find somebody with an interest like that? You know, I want to see his girlfriend. Like, how, like when you eat boogers for the first time in front of your mate, how does that work? And then they'd be like, "Oh, you do that too? Oh, like we are like a kindred soul. Like, how does that work? I'm
What
so
number
curious.
was that?
Oh shit. Hold on.
That was number 3. Okay, so
Number three.
let me get number 3. He don't look like he eat boogers. You just gotta type.
He do look like he eat boogers. Look at him. He look like he eat boogers.
No, he don't look like a nigga that eat, but
Man, he
he
looks
definitely
like
look like
he took
somebody
the
that, you know what I'm saying,
short
that don't date
bus.
his race.
He looked like he took the short bus to the wedding, and he looked like he eat boogers.
He just looked like, you know, a music producer that never went out in Minnesota. And he run up on people like, yeah, I produce music. He looked like that type.
Man, he took the short bus to the wedding, and he looked like he's somebody's brother, and that's the reason why he was in the wedding.
Mm, mm, mm.
But
Just the fact that this nigga and his bitch. I want to see what his bitch look like now.
that's what I'm saying. I want to see what she look like. But like, He looked like
He don't look like a nigga
I
that
just
eat.
wanna
He do look like a nigga that know what I'm saying to be selling that weird ass car insurance in the street.
not weird ass car insurance. I can't.
Yeah, what's that? It's not car insurance. It's like AAA, but it ain't. I forgot what it is.
It's quadruple A. Yeah. But yeah, that was crazy. All right, so for the final topic, so excuse me, so SWV and Escape, they have a reality show. It's called SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B. It's been airing on Bravo. They have 6 episodes. The final episode is airing tonight, actually. Basically, what the basis of the show is that they have their 30th anniversary of both of their albums. It's About Time came out in '92. Humming Coming Out You came out in '93. So they were supposed to be coming together to do an anniversary tour, a 30th anniversary tour. So not tour, concert, which had the potential to turn into a tour. So the reality show was them coming together to put this concert together, but it turned into a big controversy, and with them trying to put it together, um, it turned into more than just them putting the concert together. It turned into escape drama, and it turned into Scott sister drama. The Scott sister drama is because LaTocha Scott and Tamika Scott, which is the sisters that are in Escape. Um, Tamika Scott accused LaTocha Scott and her husband of stealing her royalties. So there is a performance royalty that was awarded to all the women in Escape through a company called Sound Exchange. So basically, what happened was Tiny, her mama, signed everybody up to receive this performance royalty, and in within that, she signed them up um, a few years ago, and when she signed them up to receive it at their addresses. At the time, Tamika was living in New York. And then she followed up with them to make sure that they were receiving their checks. So when she followed up with Tamika, Tamika was like, I hadn't received a check. So Tiny's mama, who her name is Miss Diane. So Miss Diane and Tamika called Sound Exchange to see what was going on. Sound Exchange told them that not only were they sending the checks, they had sent the checks, excuse me, they had sent the checks to, not only were they sending the checks, they had been cashed and they had sent them to an address in Georgia. So they sent her the paperwork. So the paperwork had been changed, and it had been changed to Tamika's mama's house. Now, Tamika's sister, which is LaTocha, had been staying with their mama at the time. So when they got the paperwork, they saw that the paperwork was changed to Tamika's mama's address. They saw that Tamika's email address had been changed to an email address that Tamika didn't own. They saw it looked like the Tamika's manager had been changed to make it look like LaTocha was Tamika's manager. They saw the canceled check had been endorsed. by a signature that wasn't Tamika's signature, and it had this signature that wasn't Tamika's, and it had a second signature that was LaTocha's husband's signature, and it had been deposited into LaTocha's husband's bank account. So with it going into her account or his account or whatever, that's when they realized that LaTocha and LaTocha's husband had been depositing Tamika's checks. So this um so this company had sent her all this information, and they put two and two together that LaTocha and her husband had been stealing her royalties. So the company said that we can resend you the checks, but you have to prosecute basically your husband, or not your husband, but your sister and your sister's husband. She didn't want to do that because she didn't want to prosecute, or she didn't want to press charges against her sister. So she was out the money. Not only was she out the money, but she had to pay taxes on the money. So this happened like 10 years ago, right? So all these many years later, uh they start filming the show. So she's on the outs, with her and LaTocha are on the outs right when they're filming the show. So they tried to have like a conversation at their mama's house. So while they're having the conversation, it turns into an argument. Oh, let me back up. So she ends up telling her mama about this whole situation with the money. With them telling her the situation with the money, her mama says, "Well, you don't know what LaTosha's going through at the time." Well, at the time of this situation, that her finding out, Tamika's pregnant and her daughter's in college. So, fast forward years later, they're filming the current reality show that they're on. And so they have this conversation. So, in the midst of them having this conversation, they have an argument. Tamika blurts out about y'all stealing her money. So, with her blurting out about LaTocha stealing the money, to LaTocha starts acting like she don't know what she's talking about or whatever. They mama starts yelling at production, "Cut the camera or y'all get out. Cut the camera or y'all get out." So they put the cameras down or whatever, but then they don't necessarily turn them off. So now they're outside and they start yelling, and they're yelling outside and all kinds of stuff. And so it just starts to get revealed how this whole situation is going on, and how, Tamika is really the black sheep of the family and whatnot. And LaTosha's acting like all this stuff isn't really happening. And not only is everybody really in real time really believing Tamika, like the general public is believing Tamika, but LaTosha is leaving the group in real time. She done got a record deal with Motown Gospel. So she's about to put out a gospel album while she's on this reality show being accused of being a thief. So it's like the irony of it all, right? So with this gospel album about to come out, she's on a press tour for the gospel album, but because this reality show, she's getting accused of being a thief. So everybody wants to talk about how she's being accused of being a thief. So now she's on this press tour talking, saying, "Oh, she's a liar. She's actually like low key crazy, all this type of stuff." So then people start, like, Candy has a YouTube channel, so she starts putting out receipts on her YouTube channel because LaTocha started talking about on the reality show how back in the day Candy stopped her solo project from coming out. So Candy started putting out receipts about how she really didn't stop her solo album from coming out. So then LaTocha put out a YouTube video trying to defend herself. Not only putting out that she's on this press tour, so then Tamika had to put out a video on YouTube with her receipts on how she actually did steal her money. And so then the demise of Xscape is being played out on the show. So then, like last week, they showed how her husband is doing these side deals and kickback deals going against Xscape. So it's just a big mess. And then Candy did another video saying that she don't want to work with Tamika no more. So now like Xscape is going on without Tamika. I mean not without Tamika, but without LaTocha. So it's just been a big freaking mess. And so then LaTocha, she put out another video and she's crying,
I seen
apologizing.
that one. I seen that one. I was like, what the fuck is all this shit about?
Yeah, like it's been a complete and utter mess. A complete and utter mess. Meanwhile, they're still trying to put on this show on the show. They're still trying to put on this show with SWV, and they've been really playing SWV, trying to diminish their legacy, basically, because they're trying to say because they're trying to fuse the show together, and they're trying to get the set list together for the show, and so they've been going back and forth. They've been trying to put the songs back, going back and forth with the sets. And they were trying to say, first off, they were trying to say that Xscape should headline the show, even though SWV is the bigger name. But SWV was like, we should co headline. So they had that issue. And so then they finally said, okay, we should co headline. So then they was putting the songs together because they were going back and forth. And so now the issue is what song should we end with? So now Escape was saying we should end the show with understanding. Week should go right before understanding. So SWV is like, no, Week should go after understanding. Week is the bigger song out of both of our catalogs. So now that's the issue now. So I don't know if you remember, but when they did the verses,
I remember.
week week okay, so you remember how verses go. The first half, one goes before the other, and then they flip it, and then the other half, one goes before the one that went second goes first.
Mm-hmm.
So um so for the second half, SWV went first. So that meant Escape ended. So because of that, SWV's last song was weak, but the last person that sung was Escape. But because of that, Weak wasn't the last song.
Right.
Understanding was the last.
Understanding was, yeah.
Yeah. So because of the way that verses was, Understanding had to be the last song. But Weak shut it down. Now, when they did verses, that was before they had a audience, quote unquote. They only had like people that they could bring in. So it wasn't like they sold tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, before they stopped doing verses, they were selling tickets. So the people that they brought in, because it was in Atlanta and because it was people that they brought in, the majority of the people that was in the audience was Escapes people. So it was majority Escape people, but weak is weak, right? So they shut down Escape's audience with weak, but because it's weak, they were like didn't nobody care about what song It was like the show's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I took that clip and I put it on Twitter and went viral with that clip because then nobody cared. And it was like, is this for TV that y'all having this argument? Because don't nobody care what comes after week. Why would y'all set yourself up for this embarrassment again? You know what I'm saying? Like you end like that's a show closer. You don't come after week. Like, so is this argument for TV? Like, I don't understand. So yeah. So that that clip that I put up went viral. So yeah, so like that's what this last show or this last episode is supposed to be about or whatever. So but but yeah, so what are your thoughts about that? Like what all I just said, like this whole little
That's
synopsis.
what I was about to say. And you have said it all.
Yeah.
Um, I really don't have too much to say about it. I remember when the whole thing came up about who should headline between SWV and Xscape, and I just was like SWV period. Like I mean the numbers said all like yeah, Xscape is they're more known because two of the bandmates are always on TV.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. They're more known for that audience, but motherfuckers that actually buy music, they bumping SWV more than they bumping Xscape. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. It is what it is,
And
and the
that's the
numbers, the
argument.
streaming numbers tell you that.
And that's our argument. That's our argument there too, because excuse me, they said that on the show too, because they were talking about followers and stuff, and they were bringing up how Candy and Tiny, because of their followers and because of what they've done on TV, um, they were saying that they're gonna sell more tickets, but because of streaming and because of the music, SWV is running circles around Escape,
Yeah.
which they are. Like if you look at their Spotify numbers alone, Escape's not even hitting 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not. And then like if you look at their record sales, because I just found out this month, record sales includes albums and singles together.
Mm.
You know, and like if you look at album sales alone, that's the album. But records is record and albums together. Or record sales is album and singles together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But they're light years ahead of them. So with the streaming and whatnot. So yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. And then the whole thing as far as the sisters, only thing I can say is this: when I seen a video of her crying, I didn't really know what everything was about. Um, but even when I seen it, and I told Jasmine, I said, whatever she talking about, man, she looked like she lying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what if you start any conversation about, you know what your husband been doing, y'all don't have to keep bringing it up, and then you go on from there, you about to start telling a bunch of lies.
Yeah. See, that's another thing too, because her husband has been exposed with being a cheater. And his side chicks are coming out. With and Tasha K has been interviewing his side chicks. So that's what she's talking about when she's saying, like, I know what he's been doing, because she's saying that she's in an open relationship now. And don't nobody believe that shit, because everybody's like, okay, but you about to come out with a gospel album. How the hell
Exactly.
you coming out with a gospel album, but you in an open relationship? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that
And
don't.
like all this shit's coming out, and yo, like it's like she's trying to save face, and it's just like, girl, you're not in no open relationship, and you about to come out with a gospel album. And I had said this the other day to somebody. I was just like, I feel like she was trying to do this solo album by any means necessary, and her doing a gospel album It's just her way of doing a solo album because that was her goal from the beginning.
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, and by hook or crook, she was going to do a solo album.
Yeah.
Period. You know, because she tried to do a solo album back in the day. She tried to leave Xscape back in the day. You know.
I remember when she left Xscape.
Yeah.
I was telling Jasmine that shit. I was like, I remember because she did that. She came out with a song, but what was that? The Jay Shin or whatever the fuck that
Yeah.
dude's name was.
Yeah. They say you're having my baby. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
don't
like,
know if it's mine. Yeah.
I remember that. That's when I was like, damn, look, shit, that fat ass bitch done got lingerie and all that. I remember that because I was a kid when it came out, man. Shouts out to that song. But like yeah, I remember when she went solo. I also remember she's she was telling everybody. Where did I read? I can't remember the magazine or I remember I read some magazine that said that she said that Candy was fucking JD and his daddy or some crazy shit.
No, she didn't say that. Tamika said that.
Okay, I was about to say I was about to say I don't remember where I read it from, but I remember one of them motherfuckers said that, and I was like, who?
Yeah. So this is the thing. Tamika went on V103. She did a phone interview on V103, and she was going off. And this was years after they broke up because she did this in 07. And she said that she was fucking JD and she was fucking his daddy. His daddy is Michael Malden,
Yeah.
who was he was their manager in the very beginning, and he was an exec at Columbia at one point. And the Michael Malden part was a complete lie. And so Candy was like, I will never ever fuck with Xscape ever again. After she did that, she was like, she would need to do a public apology. Like I would never fuck with them again until she do that. So when it came out that somebody was trying to do a unauthorized biopic, they came to JD to license the music. And so they were trying to stop the biopic. And so they needed to come together in order to stop it. But Candy was like, you need to stop to apologize. So Tamika apologized. So she was like, you need to go onto the same radio station that you said this on to apologize. So they ended up going on to the Big Tigger show on V103, and she went on to they went in the show or in the studio, and she apologized. And so when they went on the show and she apologized, that's when they ended up coming back together.
Okay.
So yeah.
I know something. I was like, I know I read something about that shit. I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part. Yeah, the Michael Malden part was a lie, but I mean the JD
I
part.
was a kid, so I believed that shit.
Yeah. No.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, boy, that little boy, voice ass girl was fucking everybody.
No, she didn't fuck Michael Malden. She fucked JD though. And she was fucking with one of the twins from Jagged Edge. And she was their manager too.
She was like when they first
when they first came to what's that called? So Def. When they first came to So Def, she was their manager and she was dating one of them.
Oh, she was getting money hand over fist and so Def. God damn.
Yeah. So yeah.
She was getting money. Shout out to So Def for keeping their artists on the payroll like that.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's really hard. And ain't no Puff Daddy stories came out of that.
Yeah, you're right. Right? Ain't no Puff Daddy stories came out. Nobody has come out and never said JD stole their money.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right about that. But but yeah, yeah, but that that show as a whole is a mess. Like the and it's so crazy because like the disrespect is like on a whole other level when it comes to um SWV. Like the people online have been very disrespectful to SWV. It's insane.
Mm.
And like even Escape, like they've been disrespectful. And it's just like, and then they'll say like they'll preface it and be like, not to disrespect y'all because we love y'all, but and it's like what?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but it's been very entertaining. But it's like you can't preface something like that and then say and then it's just like what are y'all saying here? Like you can't say stuff like that. But yeah, like it's been wild. It's been wild. And then like the inner drama with Escape has been like overshadowing everything else. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
So but the
Hopefully it is.
finale
My bad. What was you about to say?
no, I was just gonna say the finale is tonight. So yeah.
Hopefully
But
people will start putting respect on SWV's name, man.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
real.
absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
you gotta hey, they crawl so Escape could walk. So
Right.
like
Right.
let's keep that 100.
Right. 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 And I mean, and they've been going at it. They've been going at it online, especially after last week's episode. Like Lily has been on it on Twitter for like she was on Twitter for like 2 days straight after last week's episode. So yeah.
Mm,
So
mm, mm.
yeah. But yeah. But yeah, but that's like a little recap. So now we're at the fucked up song of the podcast.
Fucked up
And
song of the podcast.
that comes to you by Karen White, and that is her famous song, Superwoman. Uh, hold on. And it goes like this. Verse 1. Early in the morning, I put breakfast on your table and make sure that your coffee has its sugar and cream. Your eggs are over easy.
Easy. Your
Your
toast is
toast
like
done lightly.
all this
Now
missing.
that's missing is your morning kiss
Used
that
to
used to greet me. Now
now
you say
you
your juice
speak
is
my
sour.
juice is sour. It
It
used to
used
be
to be
so
so sweet.
down. I can't help but to wonder if you're talking about me. That was my that was my mama's song, man.
That was everybody mama song. I feel like they felt it in their spirit.
Yeah.
We don't talk the way we used to talk. It's hurting so deep.
I have my pride, I will not cry, but it's making me weak. I'm not your superwoman. Hey, hey, I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only human. Go ahead, take it.
This girl needs more than occasional hugs as a token of love from you to me. Ooh, baby. 'Cause- 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 I fought my way through the rush hour trying to make it home just to you. I want to make sure that your dinner will be waiting for you. But when you get there, you just tell me you're not hungry at all. You said you rather read the paper and you don't want to
Want
talk.
to talk?
You like to think that I'm just crazy when I say that you've changed. I'm convinced I know the problem. You don't love
Love
me
me
the same.
the same.
you you just going through the motions and you're not being fair.
Yeah.
I've got my pride, I will not cry. Still I can't help
Can't
but
help
care.
but care. I'm not your superwoman. Hey,
Oh no, no, no.
I'm not
I'm
the
not the
kind of
kind of
girl
girl
that you can
that
let
you can
down
let
and
down
thinking
and think that
everything's good.
everything's okay. Boy, I am only
I'm
human.
only human.
This girl needs more than occasional hugs as a token of love from
From
you to
you,
me.
ooh,
Oh, baby,
baby.
look into the corners of your mind. I'm always be there for you through good and bad times, but I can't be that superwoman that you want me to be. I'll give my love, everlasting love in return to me. Boy, I'm not your superwoman.
So
No, I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I'm only human. This girl needs more than occasional hugs as a token of love from you to me. Yeah.
so
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Superwoman?
Oh my God. Shout out to Karen, man, from coming up with a beautiful song. That guy's a piece of shit, ladies and gentlemen. We have just gave you a ballad of a piece of shit individual. You know, it's one of those things where of course this song is made to go in the woman's favor. But it's like the thing she's telling you that she does for you, all she is seeking, my nigga, is validation. Sometimes people want validation too much when it's compared to what they do. But it sounds like, man, if I woke up to breakfast and I came home to food every day, yeah, I can. I can talk what we want to talk about, baby. This bitch ran through traffic to make sure that nigga got his wings. How dare you say I'm full and go read the paper, nigga? First of all, who in the fuck is reading the paper at night? You're just
Seriously.
ignoring this bitch.
Right, right, right.
Like, who the fuck picks up Monday morning's paper at 8 in the evening?
Yeah.
You'd rather read the paper. Nigga, what the fuck is going on? You don't
Right.
like this girl at all.
Right. Like not in the least.
Like, damn, that's just like every time I came home, I went and got the call paper. I'm not trying to talk to Jasmine, period. I want to know who the fuck is making donations to get the fucking roads paved. Nigga, that's how much I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Like seriously. Like seriously.
And it's sad because you know a lot of women deal with shit like that. I'm not saying it's that
Mhm.
extreme, but yeah, a lot of women sometimes they feel like they're in a relationship that's just that is no one's there. It's a selfless relationship. It's like they in a relationship with themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
men
So a
too.
lot
I
of people
mean,
feel
you
that
know,
way.
men too. That's why I think that song's relatable on every end because it's a man that went there.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
I watch
Yeah.
my
And it's
mom.
like you trying everything, you know, that you can, and it's still like he just is not. He's checked out. You know,
Yeah,
he wants to do everything that he can to not be present.
yeah.
You know,
That's
and
the type of person that just doesn't want to be alone.
yeah,
They don't like nobody. They just don't want to be alone. Like, trust me, he ain't gonna
right,
change if we go somewhere else.
yeah, or he just, you know, because he's married and because he has kids, he just feels like he's obligated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just is what it is. You know, he's gonna do what he wants to do, and that just is what it is.
And a lot of people are like that. You know, a lot of people hide who they really are until they think they got somebody trapped.
Mhm.
I mean, everybody done seen that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
it's yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. 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 And it's a real sad situation.
That nigga Toast was done lightly.
Yeah.
She was paying attention to that Toast.
Yeah. Yeah. To care enough. Yeah.
Fair
Absolutely.
enough. Your Toast done lightly.
Yeah.
Know what it is. Hey, this is over easy eggs. He's a difficult nigga to please because what nigga eats over easy eggs all the time?
Okay.
Scramble them shits, nigga.
Right. Now, do you know how many lyrics did you have fucked up when you were a kid singing this song?
Probably a gang of them.
Mine too.
Probably a gang of them. Just because I
Right.
was listening to it with my mama. Like, you know, you don't care.
Mhm. Right, right. And
You
right.
know what? I don't even remember if I did. Because I remember always listening to this song. So I'm just like, I probably did, though. I probably messed up a lot of those lyrics growing up.
I definitely
What did
did.
you mess
I
up?
know Toast done like me. That's what I just said.
Toast done like me? Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Thinking about that, I didn't say your toast done lightly. I used to say your toast is lightly. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm a kid. I'm like, your toast just lightly. I remember doing that.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
your toast done like me. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean it made sense to us. We was a bunch of light skinned kids.
I was about to say little light skinned kids, y'all like, oh shit, this what good toast look like, bitch.
I mean it made sense to us.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
difference, same difference. So yeah. But yeah, I don't have anything to say. So what's Jerry's final thoughts?
Oh man, Jerry's final thoughts is this, man. I know it's an old cliche, but it's the truth. Don't judge a book by its cover. And my little journey to Florida, I know I said it in the beginning of the podcast, but it was true. I ran into a couple of people who they look stereotypical, but when they spoke, um, they're way out of the norm, way out of the norm, and you know that's because I chose an impression of them before I actually got to talk to them. So you know, never judge a book by its cover. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
Yeah. All right. And this is episode 77 of the Ish We Talk. We definitely had a lot of ish to talk today. So that's what happens when we go on a little hiatus. So we will see you guys for episode 78. Bye.
Exactly.